Hello, BookTube. Okay, so I'm so sorry I haven't been posting. I know it's been a couple weeks now, and I feel so bad. Um, I'm kind of sick also, so I apologize for my voice. I've just gotten crazy busy lately, and then last week I was gonna film a video, and I filmed the whole thing, and then realized that my computer hadn't recorded any of it. So I got really mad and upset, and I didn't want to film anymore. So I'm back now. I'm gonna do my super late November wrap up. Um, have not very many books because I also haven't been reading a lot lately, so booktube isn't something I've been keeping up with. Um, anyway, I'm in kind of a rut right now, and I'm so sorry, but I wanted to post something for you. Um, Also, I am doing this campaign to raise money, so I'll talk about that at the very end of the video. So stick around if you want to hear about my cool project that I'm doing. Okay, so first thing I finished in November was Jailbird by Vonnegut. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I love Vonnegut. He's probably my favorite author. I did a whole video about my Vonnegut collection, so go watch that. I don't know which side. Go watch it. And I talk about all of my favorite books of his and where you should start if you want to start reading Vonnegut and things like that. But Jailbird was not my favorite. It's a bit dry, and it's more of his fictional biography kind of style, because he will do either sci-fi or speculative fiction, or this kind, which is more historical based fictional biography, if that makes sense. So I recommend it if you like that side of Vonnegut, but it wasn't my favorite. But I'm glad that I read it. And then I tried to read, but gave up on this book of poetry called I Still Want It by Derek Jackson. I thought it was it was a little bit contrived. I felt like a lot of the poetry was Rupi Kaur style poetry, where it was just poetry to sound deep because you want to sound deep, and it wasn't it didn't feel real to me. So I wasn't a big fan of that. Then I read 99 Stories of God, which was for my contemporary fiction class. They're really short. They're like a page like that. But they're often little stories. Sometimes God is a character, but it deals with religion. It deals with modern day society. And it's really short and easy to read. So if you want something like that, I recommend it. I think she often is trying to be kind of like Vonnegut in her writing style. So if you like Vonnegut, also check her out. But yeah, I liked this more than I was expecting to. And I don't love the cover, but I enjoyed it. So yeah, then I read a book that I absolutely adored, called Absolutely on Music by Haruki Murakami. I reviewed this, so go watch that. But I mean, also, if you've been watching, you know I love Murakami, so go watch my Murakami videos. But he is a fantastic writer. This is his nonfiction, so they're conversations about music with Seiji Ozawa, who conducted the Boston Symphony Orchestra and various prestigious orchestras all over the world. And they just talk about music, and it's really cool if you listen to the songs while they're talking about it. Anyway, I just loved it. If you want to hear me talk about it more, go watch that video. Okay, then I read another, sorry, I moved the camera. I read another celebrity memoir called The Greatest Love Story Ever Told by Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman. And these are also conversational. So it looks like a script if you see it, because you'll see the N and the M depending on who's talking. But they just talk about life and love and what it is like to work in Hollywood. And there's all these really great pictures of them. And so I actually listened to the audiobook, but I wanted the book because of the pictures. And it's really nice. The pages are glossy, and I really like that. And I just think the cover's beautiful too. So anyway, it's a light, easy read. I was hoping this would get me out of my reading slump, but it didn't entirely. But it definitely helped, so recommend that. And then lastly, I read some of Where I Was From by Joan Didion for my LA literature class. I didn't love this. I don't know if I'm a Didion fan or not. I can never really decide, but I feel like she's pretty dry. I don't know. I'm just not 100% sold on her yet. If you have a favorite like Didion piece of writing that I should read that might transform my opinion of her, leave that below and I'll read it. Yeah, I read part of the White Album, which I don't think I reviewed, but I talked about in a video. If I can find that, I'll link it. So that's that. And then lastly, I tried to read Inferno by Eileen Miles. The cover's really cool. I'll put it up here. That I picked up while I was in New York at a feminist bookstore, and it was advertised like a queer romance. And the first chapter was like a queer romance, but then it becomes much more about her like inner struggles with what it's like to be a poet in society now, and what it's like to be like a young woman and a young queer woman, and like I like that kind of that topic, but it was a lot of like really heavy-handed stuff about how hard life is, and like I don't know, it didn't click with me, and I kept wanting to finish it, and I just couldn't. So if you think I should keep reading it, let me know, but I doubt I'm gonna pick that back up. So yeah. And then I'm currently reading some more Murakami. I'm reading Norwegian Wood and Killing Commendatore, which is the new book that came out. One of those is for my contemporary fiction class, and the other one is just for fun. And then I'm reading another Nick Offerman celebrity memoir on audiobook. So that's my currently reading. And then lastly, so that's the end of the book part of my video. If you don't want to hear about this, click away. I wanted to tell you about my Ember campaign. Ember is this really, really cool foundation that was started by this woman who was kind of inspired by No Shave November, but she wanted to raise money for something by wearing dresses every day for a month. And I'll put some links below if you want to hear more information about it. But she wears a dress every day of the month and then pledges to do that, and then people sponsor her, and then all the money goes towards rehabilitating victims of human trafficking. So I'm participating in that. I'm wearing a dress right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm wearing a dress. So I am wearing a dress every day for the month of December. If you'd like to sponsor me, I'll put a link below to donate to my page. It'd be super helpful. It's such a good cause, and I'll leave lots of information below. But yeah, so it's a fun way to help out some people who need helping. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I haven't been posting lately. I will try to do more. I will. But it's going to be a busy month also. So if I don't post every week, I'm sorry. Forgive me. But yeah. Bye.